Then a human woman fetched water from the river, and I was accidentally caught in her pot. Rio continued, recounting her harrowing journey to her family. Her father, a mighty merman, listened intently, his face a mixture of concern and relief. And that's how I met Justice. He found me and promised to help me return home, even though he had to break some rules to take me to the river. Rio's mother gasped, covering her mouth. "My dear, humans are unpredictable. How did he respond when he first saw you?" she asked. Rio hesitated. At first he was frightened, but then he was curious and kind. Justice and his sister, Sarah, risked so much to help me get back here. Her father frowned, his stern face softening slightly. But the commander captured him. Did he think Justice was a threat? I tried to tell the commander the truth, but he wouldn't listen. Rio's voice cracked, and she felt fresh tears form. Justice helped me, because he wanted to keep a promise, and now he's… She broke off, unable to say the words. Her mother placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Rio, this human boy cared for you deeply, and it sounds like he acted honorably." "Yes," Rio said, looking up at her father with a spark of hope. "Is there any way we could help him? Maybe bring him back?" Her father sighed deeply. "It's not easy, my dear. Once a human melts into the river's essence, it binds him to our world. But there are ancient ways that only the Council of Elders may know." Rio clasped her hands together. "Please, Father, let's go to the Council. Justice didn't deserve this. He has dreams of his own. He wanted to go to the white man's land with his family. I made a promise too, and I must keep it." Her father studied her, pride and apprehension mingling in his gaze. "Very well, Rio. If you're willing to speak to the Council yourself, I'll support you, but you must be prepared. They don't take human interactions lightly." Rio nodded with determination, her heart set on saving her friend. Rio and her parents approached the vast underwater chamber where the Council of Elders held their meetings. Merfolk of all ages and appearances gathered, their faces illuminated by the glow of phosphorescent sea plants. Rio took a deep breath, steadying herself as she entered. "Esteemed elders," Rio began, her voice wavering but resolute. "I have come to plead for the life of a human boy named Justice. He saved me from being lost in the human world. I would have been trapped if not for his courage and kindness." One of the eldest council members, her scales shimmering like silver, raised her hand to silence the murmurs. "Rio, daughter of our noble leader, why did you venture into human waters against our laws?" Rio bowed her head. "I wanted to explore, to see beyond the same waters I've known all my life. I know it was wrong, and I take responsibility. But Justice's actions were noble. He could have ignored me or revealed me to others, but he chose to help me find my way home." The elder looked at her thoughtfully. "And what do you ask of us now? Please return him to his human form and his world. He was unjustly punished." The council murmured again, and another elder spoke up, his tone more severe. "If we were to restore this human, what would prevent him from speaking of our world, revealing us to his kind?" Rio's voice grew firmer. "Justice wouldn't betray us. He asked for no reward except to see his family's wishes come true." Her father stepped forward. "Justice's actions have proven his loyalty to Rio, to our people, even if he didn't know it. I will take responsibility for his silence, should he be returned." The council deliberated, their voices echoing through the chamber in an ancient melodic language. Finally, the eldest elder nodded. "Very well, Rio. We shall grant your request, but on one condition." "Anything," Rio whispered, hope lighting her eyes. "You, young Rio, must bear the burden of responsibility. Should Justice ever speak of our world or attempt to reveal us, it will be you who must answer for it. Are you prepared to make that sacrifice?" Rio took a steady breath, her heart heavy with the weight of the promise. "Yes, I am prepared." The Council of Elders summoned the commander of the mermaid soldiers, who reluctantly presented the small drum containing the essence of justice. A solemn ritual began, with chants and gestures older than time. The essence slowly took shape, swirling into a form resembling justice. As the ritual concluded, Justice's human form materialized, lying on the riverbank as if in a deep slumber. Rio's heart leapt with joy and relief as she watched him open his eyes. "Justice," she called softly as he looked around, confused but unharmed. "Rio," he murmured, blinking in the daylight filtering through the trees. "You're safe now," she assured him. "I couldn't let you disappear after everything you did for me." Justice sat up slowly, staring at his hands, then at Rio. Thanks for watching. You can also share your thought on what you think will happen in the next episode. Please don't forget to follow us for more interesting stories.